Before I start the video about the theory of what I want to talk about, I want to show on how to do code of the missile the proper way how it's supposed to, instead of activating the super on the ground. So whether you're in PvE or PvP, believe me, when they don't see this coming, they have no choice but scatter. And believe me, that's the proper way of doing it. Code of the Missile has always been about that, ever since the helmet of Inmost Light on Destiny 1. So, wherever you're doing, whatever activity, that is the proper way of doing it. Choice of exotic, it don't really make a difference what choice of exotic you decide to use for Code of the Missile, as long as it gives you a shield when you activate Fist of Havoc. Okay, that's all I can say really, whatever it's good for, but the exotic choice is basically on yours. I've always been a fan of that helmet of Inmost Light, don't get me wrong. So having a super based on that, let's just say it makes everything better. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this theory video that I had to discuss, and I hope you enjoyed this video about how the Code of the Missile is supposed to be done instead of off ground. Alright guys. A guardian is somebody who was once just like us many years ago, when they used to walk, live normal lives, and the day came where he finally hit eternal sleep, which means die. Because we all know when you die, you cannot wake up from that. 10, 50, 100 years into the future, you're resurrected by something very magical, and you have no clue what's going on or where you're at. This kind of stuff, when you hear, is something you can say that you only see in movies when you see a ghost. That is the only one that keeps you immortal, keeps you alive. Without it, you will die. You know, Destiny has always been one of those franchises that was so interesting, so new. We've never seen anything like this before, anywhere. And I think what Bungie has come up with, it's so interesting. Now, the powers that they grant, that they're given, is even better too. Because we don't know what to expect when it comes to distant futures. But when you look at Destiny, you have alien races of all sorts. From Cabal aliens, Fallen, Hive, and very dark sides to what Takens would look like in this case if they were corrupted. The evil, I guess you could say, the Taken are evil spirits. So when you look at the evil spirits and the Taken, basically is what they are. But the aliens, I would actually say, is something I believe humanity will experience one day. Humanity will not experience that any sooner now, because humanity is not ready for that. But let's go ahead and explain about their powers. Each warrior from Titan, warlocks, and hunters are gifted with the power to control any element of their choosing. Fire, anything that's electrical, and also to control darkness as well. We all know void is dark magic as well. So what can we say about Titans? Even though Titans are capable of wielding 3 powers, it just depends of the person you are that chooses. I do believe whatever path a warrior goes through, there will be the times that will study what fits their style. For starters, Titans are capable of transforming themselves into, into a weapon. Take strikers for starters. Strikers are able to fly from above and just crash down like a damn meteor, which is like the code of the missile, or completely just transforming their whole body into a tank. And that's where they become a weapon themselves. Or they can form and create their own explosives. It's very interesting what they do. And that's the same way when you wield the power. And we know fire is way, way more dangerous. Fire is deadly. Especially in the hands of a person, if it controls it, you're pretty much unstoppable. And the same thing goes if you have the power to control electricity as well. Now, dark magic is most definitely, which is the void, is something from a whole different space and time, I guess you can say. Just something different. I would have to say dark magic would be something that they studied because they feel like they're part of that darkness, or they feel that darkness can be used for good. But in this case, depending on who they are and what they decide to study, they know that's what they're going to use against evil. When you hear the guardians that are the light is all about the symbol of good. The symbol of darkness is a symbol of evil. We all know that. The story behind Destiny, when you first play the first campaign and you meet the speaker himself, and he mentions about an old evil they used to face many eons ago. They're the old generations of Guardians, apparently. The old Guardians are most definitely the types that have faced an old evil that they used to come across many generations ago. And for that old evil to resurrect and come back to start a war once again, humanity feels like they won't stand a chance anymore, because there are probably not many of them, or they just feel like they have weakened. When the resurrection of your guardian, which is yourself, you're probably the new breed of what true power might be. So you're the only last hope of the old generation of the Guardians to survive. And that's where you come into play. That's what makes your guardian that you control special, because you're their only hope for survival. Bungie has definitely visioned Destiny to be the real world, like our world, but more into the future as well. You look at warlocks, who are most definitely, I believe warlocks are more the brainies, I guess you can say. They're all about the brains. They're the smart ones. They always love to study magic, controlling all sorts of elements, any type that they can get their hold of or study and use it as something. I believe that's what warlocks are all about. They're not about just fighting, but study and find ways what they can do to help. Titans are most definitely warriors that protect. So they're definitely the city's last hope. I do believe that. Now, I'm not saying the warlocks are not like that too, because you could tell warlocks are more helpful just like the Titans as well. The hunters, on the other hand, you could definitely tell depending who they are. The hunters are most definitely quick and deadly. They're all about speed. Now, I know some of you guys out there are always complaining about hunters being the weak link, but actually, even the weak link can be the strongest as well. If you play the hunter, then you understand the hunter's all about speed, and speed is deadly sometimes if you're quick and you're good at what you do. Now, I understand hunters are most definitely the kinds that don't care about rules, and there are some that do go where the crowd is in the city to mix themselves in. Just depends who they are. They can definitely be the outlaws that don't follow the rules, or the ones that do follow the rules. There are two types of people, and I do know that much. But these three warriors hold a lot of great powers that they're given. And they use it very wisely to fight evil, just like how anybody would in real life. And that is true. This is my theory, what I think about how these guardians are. But what's interesting is their outfits are not just ordinary armor. The armors are most definitely made of cybernetic. The suit, depending what the suit is made of, I believe it's cybernetic, metal, wiring, and anything to really give that really cool look from outside, but inside is what's more important, that will give what the fighter that wears it, that it needs to survive. It has all that technology when you wear the helmet. It's got the strongest metal to protect every part of the body, but there are some parts, I'm sure, that's not going to be protected because they know they will be damaged. But that's why they have to be more careful, like warriors. Because we all know you can't just jump out there and think you're unstoppable, and then you get killed by something very strong that could penetrate your suit. And that's just what it is. But the armor does protect you. But for how long, there's a question. But that's why you have to be smart when you play. You know? But it is so interesting what Bungie has come up with. And believe me, this game, Destiny's franchise, is going to go a long, long way. One thing's for sure, makes you wonder sometimes too, if you were resurrected and you were just like your own guardian in a video game, but you were awakened by something that you never seen before. We all know that even a ghost should tell you what year it is. But the game doesn't say that. But if you wake up years into the future, 100 years or more, of course you'd be confused on what's going on and how you get there. Now, my theory, I do believe, because I know there's a lot of people out there that I've always asked questions to YouTubers, do guardians have sex? Me personally though, Destiny is related to the real universe like ours. Keep that in mind. So I really do believe guardians do get lucky. I mean, think about it. You got so much people who are trying to survive because of invasions that trying to destroy their world. So I do believe they do mate. They do have sex. The humans and awoken race might be the only ones that do everything that basically to really keep their race alive. Really, if you think about it, the only ones that are not capable of sex is basically exos. Exos are machines that are built for war. They're not built for anything else but just serving what they're programmed to do. And that's what it is, really. So maybe that can answer your question. The reason why Bungie would never add anything sexual in here because it's not appropriate for children. We all know that. But if you use your imagination, it will explain that they're all about getting dirty in the sack, you can say. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little theory of mine, what I think about Destiny, and also what I believe what the powers that they wield can be useful for and what they do. They could definitely become anybody they want, and you name it. So maybe I could do more of these theory videos again, who knows. But meantime, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't know when that will be, but you know me as it is and how I post videos. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. So much love to you guys.